Hey, how's it going, Michael? This is Byron from Safe Haven Digital. I knew you said you guys were interested in more roofing leads. So this video is just to give you some tips and tricks on some things you guys could be doing on your end. But also, this is some things that, our company can also do for you. So if you like what you see at the end of this video, feel free to reach out to me at 832-388-7490, and I'll be happy to help you guys. With that being said, let's begin. So when your future customers are looking for roofing services in the LaPorte, Texas area, chances are they're going to come into Google. They're going to type in certain keywords such as roofing LaPorte, Texas. They're going to hit search, right? And the first thing that most people typically see when the page pops up is the Google Business Profile section right here. As a business owner, you want to be within one of these first three spots right here. As you can see, your company is within one of these first three spots. And the reason why you want to be within one of these first three spots is because 70% of your potential customers come from within these first couple of spots in the Google Business Profile section. There's three things you must do in order to dominate this section. As you can see, I told you already that you're within one of these top three spots, but as the video goes on, you're going to see why you want to be ranking within one of these first three spots in other areas around the city, right? So there's three things you must do in order to dominate this section. Those three things are: you must have strong citations, strong reviews, and strong photos. Citations are just your business name, your business address, and your business phone number listed on directories. Directories can be things such as Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Yellow Book, Yellow Pages, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, and so on. So you want as many business registrations across the internet as possible. You want your business name, address, and phone number listed across many directories throughout the internet as possible. As it pertains to reviews, you want as many reviews as possible. You want as many 5-star reviews as possible, right? What those reviews does is it not only indicates to Google that you're providing services within the area, you're also building your company's online reputation, right? So when someone wants to, look for a roofing company within the LaPorte, Texas area, chances are they're going to check out your reviews and what people are saying. So be sure to ask your customer every time you're done completing the job to leave a 5-star review, and that will help your business profile rating out significantly. Google wants these Google Business Profile pages to have 50 to 100 photos on them. What these photos does is, like I said, it not only indicates to Google that you're providing service, you're also showing a glimpse of your high quality work to potential customers that also might be looking for the job you just completed, right? So at all times, remember to upload 50 to 100 photos on your Google Business Profile page, because this is showing, really proof of your work. So at all times, come in here and upload as many photos of the job you just completed as possible. So remember, 70% of your potential customers come from within one of these top three spots. And like I said, you must dominate, with citations, photos, and reviews in order to be ranking within one of these top three spots. While 70% of your potential customers come from the Google Business Profile section, 30% of your potential customers come from this section right here. This is called the organic section. And every roofing company that has a website is listed in this area right here. I tried looking for your website, couldn't find you guys at all. In fact, I went through 10 pages, still couldn't find you guys. And I think there might be a reason. That is, I kind of figured it out. I think I know the reason why you aren't appearing in this section right here. But as you can see, your Facebook page is appearing in the organic section, which is, I guess, okay, but you're really not going to be bringing in many leads by just having a Facebook page. So, like I said, 30% of your potential customers come from this section, and there's two things you must do in order to appear within the organic sections, primarily within one of these top three spots. So you always want to appear within one of these top three spots here. And there's two things that you really must dominate in. You must dominate when it comes to content on your website, and you must also dominate when it comes to backlinks. I'll talk a lot more about what backlinks are as the video goes on, but first I want to talk about your website. I took a look at your website, and as you can see, your website it's okay, but it needs a lot of more work. For one, Google wants something called content on your website. Content is just basically Google wants as much information about the type of service you're providing on the homepage of your website as possible. And Google wants 1,500 or more words on the homepage of your website. And within those 1,500 or more words, Google wants something called organic keywords to be scattered throughout them. Organic keywords are just words that your potential customers type into Google when they're trying to find your service. So a good example of an organic keyword would be what I typed in: roofing, LaPorte, Texas, roofing companies, LaPorte, Texas, roof repair, LaPorte, Texas, and so on. So you want to have as many organic keywords on the homepage of your website as possible. Keep in mind that Google has a scanner, or a robot, I should say, and it scans websites 365 days a year. It's making sure you have as much content on the homepage and throughout your website as possible. It's also making sure that you have these organic keywords on the homepage of your website as possible, because chances are, if someone's putting this particular keyword into Google, right? If someone's putting this particular keyword into Google, your website will appear within one of these one of these 10 pages right here, right? So remember to always have an organic keyword or as many organic keywords on the homepage of your website as possible with as much information as possible, because like I said, Google has a system or a robot that scans websites 365 days a year. It's checking to see if you have these things. If you don't have these things, you won't be appearing in the organic section like you guys are now. Also, let's see if you have any photos on here. So let's take a look at your work, because I want to talk to you about something else as well. So you have photos on here. What I would do, I will come in, if I'm you, and I will save every one of these photos as an organic keyword as well. Like I said, Google has a scanner. It not only scans what we visually can see, it's also scanning what these photos are saved as. So it's also scanning what's behind these photos. Never save an image as a generic key term, right? So don't save this image as JPEG 123. Always save this image as the type of service you're providing and where the service provided at, right? So the service area it was provided at. So if I were you, I would come in here and just save this image as roofing, LaPorte, Texas, right? Or a better example, bathroom remodel, LaPorte, Texas. Because like I said, Google has a scanner. It's also scanning what we visually can't see. So it's scanning what's behind these photos, and the organic term is saved as. And if you have these images saved as a generic term, chances are it's going to decrease your ranking. So this is why you should always save an image as an organic keyword as well. Also, I can already tell that you guys have an okay call of action like system kind of working. What I mean by call of action is certain buttons such as call now. These are all, forms of call of action, but you're missing a lead form on here. So a form submission. If I were you guys, I would add, on the front page of your website, right beside the click the call button. In fact, I would add more calls of action. So I would have a lot more click the call buttons and a lot more form submissions, which you have down here. Instead of having your form submission down at the bottom of the home page of your website, how about putting it up top, right? Because you want the customers to see exactly when they land on your website a form submission assigned. So remember, content is just basically 1,500 or more words on the homepage of your website with organic keywords scattered throughout them. Photos should always be saved as an organic keyword as well, and you should have multiple calls of action on the homepage of your website. There's this tool I like to use. This tool is called SEMrush, and what SEMrush does is it takes into account two things. It takes into account, well, I should say SEMrush has an authority score, right? And that authority score grades websites from 1 to 100, and it takes into account two things. It takes into account the amount of content you have on the homepage of your website, but also it takes into account how many backlinks are on your website, right? Backlinks or what gives your website firepower. Backlinks are just basically one website having a link to another website. A perfect example would be, say for instance, if a potential client in the LaPorte, Texas area was looking for the top 10 roofing companies in the area, and they come across a blog, and that blog not only lists the top 10 roofing companies within the area, but it also lists those companies' websites as well. That's called backlinking. One website having a link to another website. You want as many quality backlinks as possible. You don't want any spam backlinks, right? A example of a spammy backlink would be, let's say, Domino's Pizza having a link to your website on their homepage or their website, right? Because why is a pizza shop telling customers to visit a roofing website? Doesn't make sense, right? So you don't want any spammy backlinks. You want high quality and topical backlinks from, let's say, roofing websites or roofing blogs or construction blogs or construction websites. So you want as many quality backlinks as possible, because backlinks are what gives your website a major boost when it comes to ranking. So if you were to have quality backlinks and quality content, those two things combined would have you ranking within one of those top 3 spots in the organic section, which you are not at all. As you can see, when you have strong quality backlinks and strong content, like I said, you will be ranking within one of those top 3 spots. You are not. So this organic search traffic, rating right here, usually there's a number, but as you can see, it's not. And the reason why a number isn't showing right here for you is because you're lacking all of those things that I talked about. You're lacking the content. You're lacking the backlinks. So no one's really visiting your website at the moment. No one's clicking on it. As you can see, the problem started pretty much, let's say, late July. This is why you should have as much content and backlinks as possible on your website. You're missing out on a good amount of potential traffic just by not having the content and backlinks that I talked about. So usually, like I said, this organic search traffic, rating right here will have a number of the potential people that have visited your website. At the moment, no one has visited your website in the past, let's say, 2.5 months. So you might want to correct, what you're lacking at the moment, which is content and backlinks. Even your keywords, the keywords that your website is showing up for isn't showing up on here either. So that means your website is basically dead. Data at all for your website. And a lot of that is just basically because you're just lacking a ton of content. And when you lack a ton of content, you wouldn't be ranking or you wouldn't be receiving, keywords. So your website, every time someone puts this particular phrase, roofing LaPorte, Texas, in, your website isn't showing up at all. This is why backlinking and content is very important for a website, because you will be appearing in the organic section, which is what 30% of your potential customers come from. You're not showing up here at all. So if I were you, I would correct that. So now that we have talked about your website lacking a ton of content and a ton of just high quality backlinks, we can help you guys out. We can get you content. We can also just rebuild the whole entire website as soon as possible. And we can go and get you those backlinks as well. Another reason why you're probably aren't pulling in a ton of roofing leads as far as the LaPorte, Texas area goes is because the city you're in, LaPorte, Texas, I think it's only 38,000 people in your city alone, which is also a major problem. So if I were you, most times when I work with a potential customer and they're in a smaller city, I try to attack either the major city by niching down, or I try to attack the smaller suburban cities that are 30 or 40 minutes away. And I'm going to show you what I do now. So if I'm you, the last thing you will want to do is target, let's say, Roofing Companies Houston. You don't want to target Roofing Company Houston, right? Because most likely this particular organic keyword is a word that most people are using when they're creating their website. And it will probably be most likely difficult just to rank really for this word. Let's see. And it also might be difficult to even appear in a Google Business Profile section, because that profile might have a ton of reviews like I'm showing you now, right? So just by me using this particular phrase, Roofing Company Houston, which is a very popular term that people probably are using when they're trying to find a, roofing company within the area. So look at all of these reviews that these companies have. right? Almost 400 reviews for each, Google listing right here. And these companies might have been here or might have been in one of these top 3 spots for well over a couple of years now, right? And like I said, in order to dominate in this section, you must have strong reviews, strong photos, and strong citations. Not only do they have strong citations and photos, they also have a ton of reviews. So if I were to come in here and try to create a Google Business Profile listing for you guys, chances are you won't even be appearing in these top 3 spots. It might take you a year or two just to catch up to these guys, right? So this is why I try my best to tell customers to stay away from the major city when it comes to these broad key terms, unless you're niching down. And I'm going to show you why niching down is very important. But also, let's take a look at this website that's appearing in the organic section as well, because like I said, this is where 30% of your potential customers come from. And let me show you something real quick, right? Let's see how much volume they're getting on a monthly basis. So close to over 2,000 people, right, are visiting their website on a consistent basis. They're getting 15% of the traffic share. But also, I want to show you what keywords they're currently ranking for, right? So let's go and see what keywords are they currently ranking for at the moment. It's taking a little bit of time to open up. Let's see. Sorry about this. It's kind of taking a while just for, everything to load. I might have to pause the video. Okay, as you can see, like I said, Roofing Houston, 131 people are visiting their website this month alone. Let's search for the term roofing company Houston, right? What I just put in. So they're getting 30 potential customers just this month alone. And I want to click on this, particular organic keyword or key phrase. And I'm going to show you why you should stay away from this, or why I tell, potential customers to stay away from these broad terms. You see keyword difficulty, which means that anytime someone tries to rank their website underneath this organic keyword, it's going to be very difficult for their website to rank. So this is why I tend to tell my potential customers to just stay away from these broad terms, because like I said, it's going to be not only difficult for you to rank, but also if you try to rank for this potential organic keyword, it might take anywhere between, let's say, 8 months to a year, if not more. So who wants to wait that long for their website to be ranking within, the first page of Google, but also within one of those top 3 spots? And I'm going to show you why niching down is very important, right? You see how the last, key term that I used, roofing company Houston, not only had a ton of companies with a bunch of reviews, but also how difficult it was just to appear in the organic section. Let's go to Metal Roofing Houston, right? You see how all of these companies here that does metal roofing doesn't have a ton of reviews. This is why niching down is very important. Not too many people think about just niching down and how valuable it is just to create not only a Google business listing, but also a website surrounding just one specific sub niche. Because not too many businesses or business owner are going to be competing, for that particular word. So if I were you, if you are doing metal roofing, I would just create not only a business listing, but an entire website just solely focused on metal roofing, because I know in a major city, which is Houston, not many people, are going after this particular key phrase. And I can go out and get more than 24 reviews, right? You guys can go out and get more than 21 reviews, right? So this is why all of this is important. And it would be fairly easy to rank within one of these top 3 spots, because like I said, you must have strong citations, which I can give for you, great reviews. I can reach out to some people and ask them to leave a review. If you were to set up a Google business listing, you could as well. And you can go out and get some photos also. So it would be fairly easy to rank a metal roofing Google business listing here, but also let's see what they're doing in the organic section. Like I said, 30% of your potential customers come from the organic section. So let's see what this company is doing as it pertains to not only the organic, search term or organic keyword that is metal roofing, Houston. Let's see how many potential customers they're getting, and also let's see how difficult that particular keyword is as it pertains to ranking a website for. So as you can see, they're getting 80% of the they're getting, this is so funny. They're getting 80% of the potential traffic share just by solely focusing on metal roofing. And let's see the organic keywords that they're currently ranking for. Also, I want to see how many people that are using the particular keyword metal roofing Houston, how many people are clicking on their website on a monthly basis just by using that particular term. Sorry about this. It's taking a while to load again. Man, the connection's pretty up and down, right? So let's go to metal roofing Houston. Metal roofing Houston. They're getting, so every time someone puts this particular word into Google, their website is showing up and the potential customer is, clicking on the website. So 96 people are using this particular term on a monthly basis and they're clicking on this company's website. So let's see how difficult this keyword is to rank for. Keyword difficulty easy, right? So it would be easy not only to rank this website, and the only thing you would have to do is you would need quality content focused on keywords intent, which means that you will just have to have a bunch of, content, informative content on the homepage of your website with, with organic keywords scattered throughout them that I talked about earlier. So if I were you, as you can see, 390 people are searching for metal roofing using this particular term this month alone, and it will be fairly easy to build a website just around this particular keyword or key phrase. So this is why I said, really sub-niching is what I tend to tell customers to focus on when they're trying to go into the major city, instead of using those broad search terms such as, roofing companies or roofing services and so on. This is why I'm all about niching down when it comes to major cities. But if you want to, still focus on just providing every sort of roofing services, my best bet is to hit up these smaller cities, because chances are when you hit up a smaller city, there's not going to be a Google map listing with a ton of reviews, a ton of citations, or just a ton of photos. A good example of that would be probably, let's say, Roofing Galveston. I think that's 45 minutes to 50 minutes away from the LaPorte, Texas area. So, as you can see, not a ton of reviews, right? Let's hit up the organic section and see how difficult it would be to create a website in in Galveston. Let's see how difficult it would be. And let's also see how many potential customers they're getting on a monthly basis. Once again, it's taking a while to load up. Sorry about that. So 329 visitors this month. Keep in mind that probably not all of these people are, looking for roofing services. They might have come across a blog if a blog has been placed on this website that they're also checking out. So keep in mind that those numbers or not always like accurate. We want to see the search terms that this website is ranking for, and from those search terms, how many visitors are visiting their website. So see, Roofing Galveston. Is Roofing Galveston in here? I can't find it right now, but a good example, I'll just choose any one of them. So whenever someone puts the organic keyword Galveston Roofing Companies into Google, right? It's been like done 110 times this month alone. And from those 110 searches, 27 people have actually clicked on this website and inquired about, this company's services. But also, let me show you something else. Let's see how difficult it would be just to create a website around this particular phrase. Once again, it's easy, right? It's easy. All you would need is quality content, and within that quality content, organic keywords. This is why, if I'm you guys, I would put as many websites around the greater Houston area as possible, because chances are those areas would be way easier to rank for as it pertains to getting a business listing and creating a website. You don't want to target the major city when you're trying to provide a whole bunch of roofing services, which is why I said you should niche down if you're trying to, target the, main city. Another example of why you should, target those smaller cities, those smaller suburban cities, but also those smaller areas around the greater Houston area, is because, once again, as you can see, I put the keyword roofing, the Woodlands, in here, and as you can see, once again, a lot of these business listings don't have a ton of reviews. So you can go out and get 10 reviews, right? The companies that's in this like number one spot, you guys can go out there and get 10 reviews. You can beat those. You can beat these guys, right? So it will be fairly easy to come in and really dominate this section, because, like I said, this section is solely focused on citations, reviews, and photos. I can get you citations. I'm pretty sure you already have a ton of photos, and we can get reviews as well. I can reach out to people. You can reach out to people and get reviews. Ask them to leave a review. So you can come in and really dominate this section and really just dominate the smaller cities surrounding Houston. As the organic section, let me check this out as well. As it pertains to the organic section, which is where 30% of your potential customers come from, this area right here, let's put this website that was in the first spot into SEMrush. And let's see all of the organic keywords they're ranking for and how many people are visiting their website this month alone. Usually this video will be a lot shorter, but I just wanted to just actually like break down everything and show you guys why you should, really target the surrounding smaller cities instead of the major city when you're trying to bring in roofing leads. So over 1,000 people have visited their website alone this month. Chances are, like I said earlier, a lot of the visits that these websites get, sometimes it comes from someone clicking on the blog that's on the website, right? So this website might be ranking, or they might have a page that's ranking, but it comes from the blog that's on their website. It's not actually the website itself, which I explained a lot more in detail with you guys if we were to meet in person of why that is. But for right now, I just focus on the particular organic keyword that I put into Google, right? So let's see how many keywords they're currently ranking for, but also see, the volume that's coming from these organic keywords. See, they're ranking for a ton of keywords. Roofer Conroe, roofers the Woodlands. They're ranking for roofers Conroe mainly because they're probably having a service or a location page on their website that's targeting Conroe as well. So For right now, let me try and see roofing the Woodlands. That particular key phrase I put into Google just to find their website. Let's see if I can find it. If not, I'm just going to use another key term or another organic, keyword as possible. As you can see, the word roofer the Woodlands. 18 potential search traffic. So 18 people have visited their website this month alone. And over 140 searches just from this potential keyword. And it's very easy to rank for. All you would need is, once again, strong content. And it's saying also it might be possible to rank this website without backlinks. So now that I showed you pretty much on some things that we can do to rank your website in not only the Google Maps section, but also the organic section. If this is something that you're interested in, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Byron. I'm from Safe Haven Digital. You can reach out to me at 832-388-7490. I'll be happy to sit down with you guys and go into even more detail on how we can dominate not only the Houston area, but also those surrounding suburban areas and surrounding towns as well. Have a good day, Michael.